Every rep builds toughness that lasts. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Unbreakable. Welcome to Unbreakable. I hope everybody had a happy holidays, a happy holiday time off. I hope people got a chance to travel and recoup and relax and have some fun, eat some good food. And I want to jump right into it on this right into it on this Tuesday. Uh it's been an amazing ride over these last 7 days as I had a firm fly me out to do some team championship boardroom training and development. And so I was gone all last week. Had a great time and just saw greatness in the room with this particular firm and applying some championship principles so that they are able to represent people at a whole nother level. And one of the coaching points that we talked about there, be coaching point number one, is that repetition really builds mastery. A lot of times people get bored with repetition. They think they need to do something new, but repetition is where your skill set is forced at a whole nother level. And it really ingrains discipline into your memory and your mindset. It is a beautiful thing because most people quit because of the monotony. But when you understand that when you experiencing the monotony, that's a sign that you're on your way to another level of greatness that you have that you don't know, but you're building it and you're forging towards it. And champions know that repetition automatically increases your excellence. And so I know that from experience. This is not just me teaching or telling you something or trying to coach you on a point. I became one of the strongest backs when I played ball in college, and it was because I worked out with a guy who bench press was just amazing. But you know what? He would put 245 pounds on a bar. He would never increase the weight. He would always increase the reps. So one week we might do 10. Next week we might do 12. The week after that we might do 15. The week after that we might do 20. And so when it actually came down to lifting a heavier weight, that repetition, for whatever reason, created a level of muscle mass that was so strong that I was able to actually push a heavier weight. And so don't get weary in doing some things that are just mundane. It's really for the purpose of growing and being able to push to a whole nother level. And so uh just remember, greatness, it doesn't come from what you do one time. It comes from what you do repeatedly over and over and over again and becoming better at it. And it also reminds me of a story of Colonel Sanders. Before Kentucky Fried Chicken took off, he tested and adjusted his recipe over 1,000 times. That's repetition. And most people would quit at 100. Most people would quit at 12. Some people would quit at 75. But when you know in your heart that you are on to something great, you stick with it. And I'm going to tell you, it does not hurt. It only helps when you partner with the Holy Spirit for some additional directions and some instructions and some wisdom on how to move forward with what you're trying to do. And so don't get weary with your repetition. It is building your strength and forging to another level so that you'll be able to perform at the highest level possible. And coaching point number 2 for today is small choices creates big toughness. It's the small, intentional choices that compound into long-term toughness. Like your daily decisions are sessions in disguise. And so what I mean by that is, what are you doing daily that's repetition that's helping you get to the next level? What about in your career? What are you doing in your career to move to the next level? What are you doing to prepare for next level finances that you can measure daily? What are you doing repetition wise? Do you have confessions? Do you have an action plan? Are you learning something every 15 or 20 minutes that you do daily so that you're able to talk about it or add it into your current work where you're at? Are you working on your blueprint, plan, courses, training, apps? I mean, what are you doing daily that is going to help get you to the next level? Because every choice is a push a little harder, and it is the discipline when no one is watching you that compounds your greatness. And so I'm not talking about doing some things so your boss could see you, or doing some things so you can flex or be able to tell your friends or whatever. I'm talking about, what are you doing in your private time that you don't even tell nobody, but you are preparing to be able to go to another level. And that's really what grit is really about. It's about getting down and getting tough and preparing for some things, and people don't even know what you're working on. And so that's the beautiful thing. You don't need to get approval from your friends and go to them and tell them, "Hey, so what do you think if I do this? And what do you think if I do that? And what do you think about that?" Do your own research, do your own homework. Find some successful people who have done the things that you want to do and follow their blueprint. Successful people always leave clues behind on what it is that you need to do to go to the next level. And so keep it under wraps and work on your repetition. And just remember, it's the small things that you do daily that are a big impact. And that's what makes you unbreakable. And then I have coaching point number 3: setbacks are training fuel. No matter what happens, if you lose a job, if you go into a different relationship, if you break up and took a loss in the relationship, it really should be a lesson that you should focus on, not to withdraw, but to learn how to really say, okay, what do I need to work on? What happened? What sort of things do I need to position myself in? And the right mindset really transforms setbacks into fuel for growth. Um, I remember a while ago, a particular company, on my day off, I had a situation that happened, and because I was the manager, I was put in a position to either resign or be fired, and I elected that they fire me. And that was because I could explain what happened. Some things happened. It was my day off. I came back to work, everything broke loose. And so I had to take a fall for a part of that. But I used that to transform me into starting my own company, starting my own training and development company. And it was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And so don't look at setbacks as a problem, or a heartbreak as a problem. It's usually a sign that there's something greater if you continue to push forward at that. And then, with the right perspective, failure becomes really a tool of feedback, and the pain really becomes the progress, because every stumble, every rep in your toughness, that's just a repetition in your training program. And so Setbacks, they don't break you, they help build you if you let them. And those are some major coaching points that if you execute and you put that in your life and you take it and you apply that, no matter what it is, whether you are coaching sports or whether you're coming through sports or whether you are currently an athlete and you're looking to move to a different level, your position got changed and you didn't like that, or you just wanted to play. Look, get that feedback and don't let the setback break you, but let it build you and figure out what your next plan is. A lot of us fail because we don't have a vision for our future. We don't have steps and things that we want to do. We might dream about some things, but we don't actually sit down daily and look at our plan and seeing what steps we need to do and talking about it and confessing it. And it's time for to get a new vehicle. And so are you talking about how high the prices are and how much you can't afford it? Or are you looking at, okay, what do I need to do to get the money so that I can get the vehicle that I want to get next, and start working on that sort of plan and then be excited about it because it's beautiful. It's really a beautiful thing. And so I had opportunity to go test drive a couple of luxury trucks yesterday, and I mean I had some fun with it, but it definitely made me say, okay, let me figure out how I want to do this next vehicle because I don't want to pay no car note. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I do not want to pay a car note. I want to keep that money. So the goal is to say, okay, if I take this money and what do I need to do in order to set up so I can go ahead and pay cash for it and not even miss it. And so and just remember that Tuesdays is a test day. That's your test. And every rep, every voice, every step builds toughness that lasts. And that is Tuesday's training day for being unbreakable. And with that, everybody, you have a great week. Forge forward and work on those repetitions so that you can become stronger at what you do. That's my time. Everybody take care.